Our next guest is considering filing a lawsuit against the federal government. It would reimburse the state of Texas for expenditures related to the wave of children and families and others crossing the border illegally in the Rio Grande Valley sector of Texas. He's visited the border. He's met with the Border Patrol, and much unlike our president. Joining us is Texas Attorney General Greg Abbott. Mr. Attorney General, good to have you with us. You've asked for $30 million. You're talking about a lawsuit here. I know Governor Perry has moved your Department of Public Safety into action on that border. That's got to be costing huge sums of money alone.
Well, Lou, just the Department of Public Safety troops that we have down on the border, that will add up to more than $30 million for the remainder of this year.
Right.
So that number that you have is basically the entry fee cost. The additional cost will be far greater than that. And, of course, we have no idea how long this is going to last. Also, you need to understand that by us moving our Department of Public Safety officers to the border, that is still inadequate boots on the ground, which is why we are asking the President to deploy the National Guard to our border and to provide us these other resources we need to do the job he is supposed to do.
Well, I listened very carefully to the President as he met with Governor Perry. And I was pretty sure that I clearly interpreted and correctly the President's remarks is when he said he's going to mess with Texas and told Governor Perry to go to hell. Did I misinterpret his response?
Well, you can figure out for your own the fact that the President spent 2 days in Texas, and he took hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars from Texas, but he could not trifle himself to go down to the border himself and see the carnage or damage that is going on the border, and he could not come out of pocket from the federal government the resources we need to be able to respond to the crisis. Remember, it was the President himself who called this the crisis. It's the President himself who came to Texas but failed to go to the border. He's not fulfilling his responsibility to either secure the border or help Texas respond to this challenge.
Well, in all fairness, Mr. Attorney General, the President said that he was averse to theatrics, and he was afraid that he might be interpreted as being theatrical if he were to simply go to the epicenter of the crisis.
Well, Lou, actually what he said he didn't want a photo op. And you know what? We don't want him to have a photo op. We want him to do his job. Lou, as you know, and you've documented as well as anybody, this is very serious. This is an enormous challenge, not just for the people of Texas. This is an enormous challenge for everyone in America, because in addition to these children who are crossing the border, we also have international gang members, MS-13 members. We have real criminals coming across the border. Lou, let me give you this one number that's just staggering, and that is we arrest far more than 100 criminals coming across the border every single day on average. So we have a lot of crime issues to deal with because of our open and porous border.
And do you apply the same multiplier as does the Border Patrol? That is about 3 to 1 for every one apprehended, 3 make it through into the United States?
Well, what my numbers are based upon, Lou, are the numbers that the Texas law enforcement comes up with, derived from those who are incarcerated, arrested, because of some crime or some alleged crime. And so we're not basing our numbers on estimations. The numbers I'm giving you are the real hard numbers of the people who were actually arrested for committing some type of crime.
Perhaps I wasn't clear. I didn't mean that those were the estimates, but that the Border Patrol uses a multiplier of 3 to 1 for every one apprehended. The real numbers you just shared with us would result in a number of 300 getting through. Would you agree with that assessment?
You know, what I do know is that there is a multiplier. I can't tell you precisely what it would be, but here's what we do know, and that is, of course, there are not 100% of the people who are crossing the border are either apprehended or arrested. Right. And so that means that we know that there are far more people who are coming here, and you've got to understand this also, and that is the people who are coming here, such as the women and children, they turn themselves over. It's the people who are coming here with some bad intent, whether it's to commit crime, whether it's to perpetuate cartel activity, or even potentially worse, people who come here for terrorism, Lou. Those are the people who don't turn themselves into the Border Patrol. Those are the people that we have to be more concerned about.
And my final question, John Roberts reporting from Mission, Texas tonight that the numbers had dropped by just about half the numbers that they had been at the peak. Do you take that as simply a temporary, transitory abatement, or do you believe that we're going to see this problem these numbers move lower permanently?
Lou, we have seen this time and again. About once a year or so, the Texas Department of Public Safety will have a surge operation on the border. And during the period of that surge, the cross-border activity reduces. And so if that reduction is occurring, it corresponds with when the time is the Texas Department of Public Safety engaged in the surge operation. And so that would be what we've always seen. So this proves what we've been saying all along, and that is more boots on the ground will solve this problem. And the problem will be abated only so long as we continue with boots on the ground.
Attorney General Greg Abbott, always good to talk with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lou.
A reminder to vote on our poll. The question is tonight, do you believe that President Obama and Attorney